Howdy everybody. Here for a fairly big announcement in my opinion. I'm doing my first promotional sale, and it's a fairly simple promotion. I'm going to start out with sort of what I'll cut down into the shorts version of this video and then go into the details, but anybody who buys over $30 worth of stuff from my shop, which is mostly anything from my shop is 30 and up, will also be able to get 5 bean seeds of one of these 3 varieties I have here. I have rabbit beans. So here's 5 rabbit beans. I have Miami pole beans. Here's 5 Miami pole beans. And here, I'm not going to try to count out 5, but in here are these very tiny beans. These are a wild type of bean. These are American hog peanut. I'll be doing 5 of those per sale. So you just have to go make the order from my website and request either hog peanut, Miami pole bean, or Potawatomi rabbit bean, and I will send 5 of them free with each purchase, or 5 of the one you pick with each purchase. So hopefully that's good enough for the short, gets the message across. I'd like to talk about a few of the products I have laid out in front of me today, though a lot of them have their own videos already or will in the future. But I'll start with the beans. They're not really a product. The reason that I'm doing a promotion for the beans is both of these 2 are Native American heirloom varieties. I don't really feel comfortable selling them, but I do want to share them. I want more people to have them, enjoy the wonders of these old varieties, and, you know, feel that connection to the earth that I do. So instead of selling them, I'm offering them as extras on top of things I already sell. So hopefully that's an understandable thing for those of you wondering why I'm doing things this way. And I also wanted to show off, you know, how much you get per bean pod, because at a first glance, you know, looking at these 2 side by side, you would say, oh, you know, it's obvious which one of these is better to grow, tiny bean or big bean. But the thing is, the absolute biggest pods I've seen for the Miami pole beans only have 7 beans per pod. So that's the maximum harvest I've ever gotten from a single pod. Whereas these, I've gotten up to 14. I think this was 14 when I counted them out. So I've gotten at least 14 per pod. So they yield incredibly well despite their smaller size. And the teeny tiny little American hog peanut, they average 1 to 3 per pod. I've never seen more than 3. But they have something special about them. They're one of the only plants I know of that will actually produce 2 types of flower. When they're in the air, they make these beautiful, delicate little pink flowers that make these. And when they're on the earth, they actually make a different shaped flower that, just like a peanut, pushes its way under the soil and makes a large singular bean. Whoa! Had a huge praying mantis just drop down on my head. I'm sorry about that, guys. Here we go, little guy. Oh, yeah, it's climbing the tripod. I'm just going to leave it do its thing. It's not hurting me. Just startled me. But, yeah. The American hog peanut makes a bean roughly that size. They sometimes get bigger, sometimes get smaller underground. So that's the much more viable time and place for them. So there's the beans covered. Some of the products I sell very often are things like these. This is my D-shaped titanium striker. I usually do a pinch grip, but you can fit a finger to 2 fingers through it depending on the size of your hand. And these make very nice, hot, bright sparks. Everything I make is custom order. I do it different every time, or do it unique every time, so they can be a little bigger or smaller. Here's my Scottish style snail. You can see this beautiful swirl. I make them with different shaped eyes. This one has no eye. I can make the eye facing forward or facing back. These are made from high carbon steel W1, which is the same as old files were made from. Most of my hardenable steel or tool steel is W1. Here's one of my newer products. It's a strike face on the front. So it's a flint and steel striker, but it's also a sewing awl or leatherworking awl for you to press through materials and things like that. Another new product that's already out are these eagle talons. My Kiradashi style thrower. Blade sharp edge on one side in case you ever need to use it as an actual knife. I don't believe in strictly selling a weapon. I need it to have a tool function for me. Plus Etsy's rules, I can't sell anything without a tool function. Anything that's a weapon is against their terms of service. But yeah, nice little throwing spike. Quite a fan of it. Here we have one of my older products, so it's got a little surface rust, but it's the same as any of my flint and steel snails, but instead it's flattened, and it has a cutting edge here to use like an old flint knife or like an herb chopper. I have these Viking style awls or gimlets. You can use them for piercing and for removing material by spinning. Those hard right angles will cut away softer materials. And it's got a hole here so that you can actually pass a piece of wood through it and have a handle to hold it for more force. So these are very nice. I sell them like that, simply, or you can ask for upgrades with all sorts of twists and things of that nature. Very nice looking. And this one's got a custom tip for a customer. I'll be filming a short on it shortly. But one of my nails with a twist in it, and this one I was asked to make a scoop-shaped tip. So, you know, there's just a couple of my items. You can find more on my Etsy, but yeah, I'm doing a promotion. Hopefully this interests somebody. Hopefully it gives somebody some inspiration to try some new things, try growing some new things, or to try flint and steel fire starting for the first time. You know, all sorts of things like that. So, not just anything on this bandana, but anything on my site in general. If you want it, as long as you remember in the notes, tell me what type of bean you want, and I will happily send you 5 of those bean seeds while supplies last. I have enough for 25 of each variety I will be happy to give away. So, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video as soon as I can. Goodbye, everyone.